Hey all, welcome to another update. Looks like I actually might be making the second one in the row on a Sunday out, hopefully. I'm recording this on time, hopefully I get all the editing done. This week we're going to talk about what I've been up to, as well as show you my water system in case you're wondering how I get water out here. As well as my refrigeration, what I do for refrigeration out here. Let's see, what else? Do a couple of the 4 questions with cause, and then I guess a little commentary on the Miley Cyrus paper mag stuff. Anyways, so this week I've been doing a lot of tutorials, reading, things of that nature. I am going to be, when I do some crowdfunding, one of the perks that I'm going to be offering in exchange for your money is some cookbooks that I'm going to write, and I've been kind of working on them, and one of the things that I was studying this week for that is how to photograph food and drinks. And yeah, I never really looked at it as, oh yeah, this is super detailed, but boy can it be. So yeah, I don't think all my pictures are going to be, you know, have different stages and stuff like that. Probably going to be a lot of the same plate. Might have to get something other than my stainless steel military metal trays that are really good for potluck, but maybe not so much for photos. So maybe I need to get just like a plain white plate, or white plate, white bowl, so I can take pictures of food on it. Maybe use different fabrics for a background, I don't know. But anyways, that's one of the things that I've been studying. Another thing is I'm reading God, is it for dummies, both setting up a nonprofit as well as fundraising. So reading those 2 things back and forth, as well as watching some tutorials on Dolby Premiere and After Effects. As you can see, awful lot on my plate, almost like going to college or something like that. Also been hanging out with new friend that's kind of moved out this way. His name's Terry. He spins fire. Might have to try to get him to do a 4 questions with cause, although it will not be in this one. A little FYI, because yeah, I already have the ones for this. Speaking of which, why don't we go to one of those now? All right, here's another 4 questions with cause. We got John with us today. John, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I used to be a pretty normal guy with a bachelor's degree and a full-time job. I was married for a while, divorced. Eventually I got tired of all that and hit the road, just gave it all up, quit my job, etc. And that's what I've been doing for the last 2.5 years or so.
Right on. So what brought you to Slab City?
Girl.
Girl. All right. I think it's the first time I heard that one. What is your favorite thing about Slab City?
I think it's because it's like a giant sandbox. It just feels like you can come out here and do just about anything if you're creative enough. So it's, you know, the sense of freedom, but within a limited space.
And there is plenty of sand here, huh?
Right.
All right. What has surprised you most about Slab City?
Things happen really fast out here. People come and go and have their little interactions, and everything just takes place really fast, you know. You get to know people really fast.
And lastly, if there was one thing you could change about the place, what would it be?
The garbage.
Garbage. Yep.
Yeah, I try to get rid of most of that, but it's still fun to be able to salvage camping gear and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd get rid of the like food wrappers and that kind of garbage.
Yeah. All right, well, that's been another
4 questions with cause.
Alright, so I'm in handheld mode right now. Excuse me if this is a little shaky, but I'm actually doing this on a tablet. So yeah, this is my refrigeration. On the tops of each of the crates, there are, on the left-hand side, there's a white bowl with a jug of water and a t-shirt wrapped around that jug of water, and that's how I cool water down. And then over on this side is, I got a pot of water up there, and also in the water for this stuff, I do add some hydrogen peroxide to make sure that stuff doesn't start to mildew and stuff. But coming out of the pot, there is some socks, and those socks wick water down to the towel, and that towel wraps around the crate, and that's actually my fridge. So hold on a second, we'll actually get on up in here and open this up. I apologize for how huge this is, but I am just not used to working with this tablet. But it is just another milk crate in there. Let's get this open. And I keep things that need to be refrigerated in there, and I try to keep it as full as possible. So if sometimes I just have jugs of water in there to stay cold and stuff like that. Anyways, I don't want to leave that open too long, but it does keep things rather cool. Like, you can definitely tell the difference when I come back in the afternoon after a hot day. I grab something out of there to drink, and yeah, it's nice and cold. I wanted to show you, yeah, a little bit of damage that happened. We had a pretty windy night the other night, and these tarps are not actually made to withstand UV, so when they get too much sunlight on them, they become brittle, and the wind blows them apart quite easily. The shade cloth that I have is not the right size one. I do have the right size one on my Amazon.com wish list, so if anybody wants to help me out with that so I can have full shade, that would greatly be appreciated. Either that or just like kick a couple bucks to me via PayPal, and it'll all add up and I can get that. That would be very, very cool. Anyways, let's go out and check out my water scene. So here's my water. It is 100 gallons, and there's a guy, Steve, the tote guy. He actually brings these out. It's his equipment, and he fills it up for 25 bucks. So 25 bucks for 100 gallons. And then currently all I'm doing is just filling up jugs and bringing it inside, but I do plan on plumbing in a sink, and when that happens I will be attaching it to the water. So there you go, that's how I get my water.
Hey there, another 4 questions with cause. Today we got Jenny with us. Jenny, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from Encinitas. I am a massage therapist. I don't know, I guess that's it.
Alright.
Not a whole lot about me.
Alright. So what brought you to Slab City?
Adventure.
Adventure. The great adventure. Right on. What has been your favorite thing about Slab City?
I love that it's a place to make a new start, building something out of nothing.
Alright. And what has surprised you most about Slab City?
I didn't think people would be as friendly as they are.
And lastly, if you could change one thing about the place, what would it be?
Less tweakers?
Less tweaker? Alright. Cool, cool. Alright. That's another 4 questions with Kyle.
Welcome back. And yeah, so like, I guess I'd like to talk a little bit about this Miley Cyrus paper mag thing, you know, that blows up the internet, just like the Kim Kardashian one did. And like, I'll admit, dirty old man and me started to go just for the naked pictures, because I think they are often artistic done. Like, I thought the ones with Kim Kardashian were pretty cool for the artistic part of it. So I was going for that, but I've kind of had this weird obsession with Miley Cyrus for a while, and I'm get like a deer stuck in a headlight. It's like, what? More news about her? What? And so, like, I actually read the article, unlike the Kim Kardashian one, and I think my fascination with her is that for all the chaos that she seems to be putting out, she's actually a pretty well down-to-earth, grounded woman. And in there at one time, she talked about she will love anybody who is willing to love her. And I'm just saying, Miley, fucking love to cuddle. I would love to cuddle with you if you ever want to come to Slab City. Check out the homeless here. I know you're homeless. Your happy hippie is for homeless and the gay and lesbian transgender community. And there are plenty of those folks here. So, like, if you want to come down, you can surf my couch. And actually, that's kind of an open invitation to anybody who's watching this. If you feel like you want to come check out Slab City and you want a couch to fucking crash on, get a hold of me and we'll discuss it. And yeah, my couch is open for surfing. But yeah, special invitation to Miley. That's been another episode of my Slab City update. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz.